Justin Bieber and his wife Hailey Baldwin have had enough of Justin and Selena Gomez shippers. Before I get into the tea, I just want to put out a disclaimer. Please do not send hate or threats of any kind to Justin, Hailey, Selena, or anyone involved in this controversy. This video is simply meant to report on the news and give some insight on the issue. On April 26th, Justin Bieber and Hailey mocked an article about their relationship.
How dare you walk out on me on my very pregnant belly? Not.
Daily Telegraph. Wow.
The caption reads, "How are you gonna spell my name wrong after all these years? Haha." People were quick to point out Justin's search history, which you can partially see in the video. This man is married, and yet he still lurks on his ex, who's clearly moved on and is doing amazing in life. Someone send help. He literally has an obsession. They noticed the words E featuring Ozuna C in Justin's search history. They concluded it was this video, Talkie Talkie, DJ Snake featuring Ozuna, Cardi B, and Selena Gomez at Coachella. Fans also noticed the words Coachella outfit on stage in Justin's search history. One fan searched the URL and noticed a match with a URL related to the search terms Selena outfit Coachella on stage. Justin addressed the speculation on Instagram. He said, "It came up after my wife and I were watching my Coachella performance. Hers, Selena's, played right after mine because it's in the related thing. Don't glad she did Coachella too. It's great. I have nothing to hide. I don't know it was there, didn't think twice, and still don't care. Have nothing to hide." He replied to himself and continued to explain. "Wow, Justin, learn to type. I hate typing on this damn iPad. What I meant to say is that the video of Selena singing Talkie Talkie came up after my wife and I watched my Coachella performance. Obviously, she's gonna be in related category. It literally was the next video that played. To fans and people who think I'm maliciously trying to start, grow up. Please stop reading into things so much and making something out of nothing." The point of the video was supposed to be funny that they were saying I walked out on Hailey and they spelled my name wrong. This idea that I secretly plot on opening my history thing purposely and zoom out just enough so you can see her name is crazy. These are real lives, you guys. People have their own fantasies about how they think my life should go and make up all these theories and use their imagination too much. This ends here. We'll never re-engage with this, but had to set the record straight once and for all. We are adults. We're not playing games. There is always going to be something. And someone confirmed this and said, Selena, Ozuna's, and Cardi's Talkie Talkie Coachella video really is the next video auto-suggested after Ariana and JB's Coachella vid. Can the teens in whatever fandoms y'all are in ranting please recognize y'all's own obsessional projections? Stop acting like someone watching an auto vid is a crime. Attached to the tweet was a screenshot showing Talkie Talkie in the related videos after Justin's Coachella performance. The drama didn't end there. On April 27th, Justin Bieber responded to a disrespectful comment about his wife. The comment reads, "You are not in love with Hailey. You only married her to get back at Selena Gomez. Plus, Hailey sleeps with men like Shawn Mendes for fame, and she's racist." Justin left a lengthy response. "You're immature. The fact that you have an account dedicated to dissing my wife and I is absolutely absurd. Why would I dedicate my whole life to someone in marriage to get back at my ex? Anyone who believes this is mean-spirited or 10 years old or younger, because a logical person doesn't talk or think this way. You should be ashamed of yourself, really. I absolutely loved and love Selena. She will always hold a place in my heart, but I'm head over heels in love with my wife, and she is absolutely the best thing that has ever happened to me, period. The fact that you want to spend your day dedicating yourself to hate says a lot about you, and if this was some sick ploy to get my attention, you are wrong on so many levels. I've seen multiple people say things like this, and will never respond again to a message like this, because I don't like to even give it my energy. But this is a reply to all immature, sick people who send Hailey hurtful messages like, he always goes back to Selena, or Selena is better for him. You have no idea my life and what's good for me. Hailey is my bride. Period. If you don't like that or support that, that means you don't support me. And if you don't support me, you're not a fan nor a good person. If you were raised right, your parents would have said, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything. Afterwards, Justin posted this message on his Instagram story. "Stop sending Hailey and I these messages. If you love me, screenshot this and repost everywhere." Hailey also posted a statement on her IG story. "You little internet kiddos need to learn how to move on, for real. We're adults that have better things to do than waste time explaining something just so you can stop your delusional fantasies. I'm not gonna sit here and let obsessive strangers try to tell me about my own husband. You wanna talk about somebody's husband? Then get your own. Good night." Some people were annoyed the couple was so active online. Can someone please give Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin a job so that they don't just sit at home reading their Instagram comments? Why has Justin been so active on Instagram for like the past 2 months? Is his marriage life really that boring? Others suggested they take time off social media. Justin and Hailey need to take Instagram off sometimes. I mean, look at how peaceful Selena is, even though her name is being dragged. They both gotta leave Instagram. They're becoming toxic. Number one rule on the internet: never read the comments. Justin never shed light on things like this. Who even is Justin now, to be honest? Hailey really ruined him. Some people brought up Selena. Justin and Hailey need to leave Selena alone. Anyways, I hope Justin and Hailey get professional help over their obsession with Selena. They clearly need it. Move on, JB. Why do you always respond to haters when it comes to Selena? You care, man. Others criticize the Jelena shippers. I don't think y'all realize that Justin and Hailey, and Selena most likely has too, have moved on from whatever happened between them and their exes. Who gives a if they watched a performance she was a part of? Selena, Jelena, and ex-Justin stans should move the on. Focus on your own fave and leave Hailey and Justin alone. Shortly after, people noticed Justin recently liked a throwback photo of him holding Selena on Instagram. However, the picture is part of a photo set, and the first photo was a picture with Katy Perry, so there's a chance he may not have looked through the entire photo set. Also on April 27th, Hailey tweeted, "I wish people didn't have to be so cruel on social media. People are awful to you and then wonder why you get defensive." Some people were supportive. "I'm sorry you have to experience anything but love, my darling. You are brave and beautiful inside and out. Just keep being your beautiful self. You are an incredible gift, highly valued and deeply loved. Who cares what they think? We love you and know your heart. It hurts seeing all the constant online harassment, and we feel helpless that we can't do anything to stop it. But just stay positive. Keep your head high and enjoy your life while they keep being awful human beings behind a screen." But many people called her out for her controversial past. Bro, I'm not gonna defend you when you used to drag other girls down in the past just because they were with your husband. Just no. Darling, maybe you should take your own advice. They even posted old comments and shady Instagram likes from Hailey. Hailey said, "What it is, what's up, got ya in the cut." Hailey liked a post that read, "Would you smack her, Taylor Swift, for $835 billion? I'd smack her for a sweet tea from McDonald's." After a few minutes, Hailey tweeted, "I just wish people knew my heart." People were quick to judge and said, "Selena Gomez." Of all things though, you choose a Selena quote? Like, you're obsessed. They were referring to a similar saying Selena popularized at the 2014 American Music Awards. Selena Gomez on vulnerability. "The one thing I wish people knew about me is my heart." And in a recent podcast.
I always say this, and maybe I've repeated it too much, but I don't really think that people know my heart.
Someone argued, "Y'all act like Selena was the first one to say that, lol." So, what's the big issue? The toxic environment Jelena shippers create because they're attached to Justin and Selena's past relationship. Let's dive into the big question. Why do we get attached to other people's relationships? Even Hailey used to love Justin and Selena together. In 2011, she said, "I don't care what anyone says, but Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez together is the definition of a teenage dream. #word." To answer the question of attachment, celebrity relationship therapist Audrey Hope explains, "By the very nature of their fame, celebrities belong to us. They're in our lives and we all feel like we truly know them, as if they were our own friends and family." Audrey also points out that it's easy to get obsessed about a celebrity's life because they represent a fantasy of what we would like to have. This is where it gets confusing. People are attached to the idea of a perfect love story. Audrey Hope explained, "We all grew up wanting the happily ever after, the prince on the horse, the Cinderella dream. No matter how much we evolved, we've never stopped wanting those storylines to come true. We seek this fake love for relief from our own life. Nobody wants to lose their lover, and it's no different with wanting a power couple to stay together." Justin and Selena also broke up and got back together several times. The two began dating in 2010, and they were on and off, breaking up in 2012, 2013, 2015, and 2018. This also adds to the perfect love story narrative, where love keeps bringing them back together. They even wrote songs about each other in their time apart, some turning out to be their biggest hits. After they broke up in 2013, Selena came out with Love Will Remember, and Justin came out with Heartbreaker, Hold Tight, Recovery, and All That Matters. In 2014, Selena released The Heart Wants What It Wants, and when she performed it at the AMAs, the audience was in tears. She confirmed the song was about Justin. In 2015, Justin released Sorry, What Do You Mean, and Mark My Words. He admitted they were inspired by Selena on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. In 2016, Selena released a song about Justin called It Ain't Me, which was the same year Justin began dating Hailey. Clinical psychologist Dr. Melanie Greenberg explains their music fuels their whole story, that they never lost their connection. And music is a romantic medium. It's supposed to conjure emotion. Assistant psychology professor Dr. Azadeh Alay further explains their lyrics represent intense emotions of loss, regret, and moving on. She says, consumers feel like they have a front row seat to the drama, and thus they feel more invested in the outcome. I mean, just take a look at Selena's The Heart Wants What It Wants. But then you disappear and make me wait, and every second's like torture. There's a million reasons why I should give you up, but the heart wants what it wants. And Justin's Mark My Words, falling in and out of trust, trying to rekindle us, only to lose yourself. But I won't let me lose you, and I won't let us just fade away. Just like Dr. Alay said, you feel like you understand their love story. You want both singers to get over their heartbreak and come together, especially with Justin saying, I won't let us just fade away, and Selena saying, the heart wants what it wants. But this can be dangerous to the outsider. We don't personally know Justin or Selena or what goes on in their off-screen lives. As I've mentioned in other videos, we have parasocial relationships with celebrities. Assistant psychology professor Jennifer Barnes explains parasocial relationships can feel authentic, but in reality, these types of bonds are strictly one-sided. In other words, we don't personally know Justin and Selena, and we don't know their true feelings on the matter. Let's go back to 2017, when the two reunited. According to E! News, an insider close to Selena's family said the family was not happy about it and explained he was not invited for the holidays. And Selena's mom was allegedly hospitalized after a fight about Selena's relationship with Justin. We get snippets through media, but there's a lot we just don't know and shouldn't hope for. Overall, I understand why people are hung up over Justin and Selena's final breakup. With their music, the two of them continue to promote the idea that love never dies. Through all the on and off relationships, songs, cryptic Insta captions, and photos, we all believed Justin and Selena would end up together again. So naturally, it becomes hard to accept when something doesn't fit the narrative of the perfect love story. But we forget that celebrities have a lot going on behind the scenes. We don't actually know how Justin and Selena treated each other. At the end of the day, they know each other and their relationship better than we ever will, so we should respect their decision of going separate ways. And lastly, I do agree with Justin that it's immature for Jelena shippers to hate on Hailey just because she's his wife. It's obsessive and toxic to spend so much energy trying to split a couple apart. Let's not forget that Justin and Hailey are human too, and they're allowed to make their own choices. What do you think about the controversy? How would you deal with the situation if you were Justin or Hailey? Let me know in the comments below.